and welcome to Scary Town, the Goosebumps and Fear State Review Show. I'm your host, Nightmare Nemo, and this is going to be a special Valentine's Day edition of the show because we're covering R.L. Stine's Seniors, a spin-off of the Fear Street series with Sweetheart, Evil Heart. I think it's cool about the cover. It has all the covers for this series have the same gimmick of it's cut out and it uses pictures of real people. And so this is Ty, and I'm guessing this is Marla. She's a redhead. But what's cool is in the inside it has like a yearbook photos, and takes up a step further, has Shitty Side High yearbook, and then it has these pictures of yearbook pictures of various characters, and you'll see some of them there's like this negative effect on the picture, and it says rest in peace. I mean, those characters have died in the other books, so spoilers, I guess. So, and then it kind of just goes into their likes, remembers, hates, and a quote for them. So it's pretty cool that it ties an actual picture to the characters in the story. And so we will be talking about Ty Sullivan. It's the main character of this book. He's very arrogant, and he's a womanizer, and that plays into the story because he definitely gets some comeuppance. So the story is Ty, he's seen three girls at school, and there's Trisha, who is like, she's the rich girl, and she's a blonde. And there's Marla, the redhead, she's smart and sassy, and then the third one is Phoebe. She's a brunette and she's a cheerleader. So I like how they fit in, like all three is like a blonde, brunette, and a redhead. So you have to have all three there. So that's kind of cool that they do that. It's leading up to Valentine's Day. I think it's like maybe 2 weeks away or something like that. So the thing is, he's seen the three girls, and he tries to keep it so that none of the other ones know that he's seen the other ones, and he does it like pretty discreetly. There's going to be a Valentine's Day dance at this club. I think it's called like Red Heat, and each girl is dropping hints. Some not so subtle, and because each one of them wants to go to the dance, and then Ty is always saying like, oh, the dance is lame, because he knows if he goes, everybody else is gonna know that he's seen one of them and not one of the other ones. So it's pretty interesting. I think it definitely hooks you with that. So the actual horror, the real plot is, the meat of the story is Ty starts receiving these Valentines from this girl named Amy, and they're like the classic, like it's a heart-shaped Valentine, and it's like mailed to him with like these old stamps, and it's written in a way where it sounds like she comes from like a long time ago, like she's like a ghost. It seems like she's like a ghost or something, and Ty, being like the ladies' man, he's just like, hey, this sounds like a hoot. I'll play along. It's like, and he's like, she sounds like a real babe. He gladly plays along, and the whole setup is he writes back to her, and then he leaves the Valentine at a tree in the cemetery, and then it just kind of spirals forth, and eventually the Valentine from Amy are saying like she knows about the other girls he's seen, and she's like really jealous. She has fiery temper. And so she says, like, you better watch out, like, you better not be unfaithful to me, or I'm going to get even with you. She starts saying she's going to go after the three other girls. And then Ty tries to break things off, and then things get even worse. And it just spirals out of control after that. And the story has many twists and turns near the end of the story. And it keeps you on your toes. Like, you think everything has reached a satisfying conclusion, but then it throws a monkey wrench into things and something new is happening. So there's a lot of that going on. So it gets very interesting with getting really dangerous as Amy starts threatening the other girls and threatening Ty. And the main suspect of the whole thing is Gary Fresno, who was seeing one of the girls, Trisha, and she's been cheating on him with Ty, and so he finds out, and he gets really worked up about it, and he almost gets into a fight with Ty at one point, and he just has a really short temper. And so once things start going in motion, it seems like Amy's threatening Ty. He believes that maybe Gary is involved and he's playing a joke on him, like the whole thing is part of his plan. And so there's that. And it's definitely, out of the three girls, Trisha is the most prominent character out of the three girls, because she's the one that sees the visions, and the whole love triangle with her, Gary, and Ty, that's very important to the story. So the other girls they're just really kind of just there just to fill out the story. They get a few kind of scenes, but it's just not nearly as, Trisha just eclipses all of them. They're just kind of there just to be like, ooh, you've seen three girls and that kind of thing. So there's that. And parts of it get kind of gruesome. There's, there's plenty of blood flowing. I would just say that. As far as, it's pretty timely with Valentine's Day, but the concept of Ty seeing three girls at the same time and trying to maintain that relationship, and then him having to come to a decision because he's going to have to pick one of the girls to take to the Valentine's Day dance. And so it's a pretty good setup as far as that. And then it throws in the horror story with, this other girl, Amy, and, is she a ghost or is she real? Like, what's going on there? And then there's the love triangle. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this story, and it's a very interesting read, and it definitely keeps you on your toes. You're like not really sure where things are going to go. As far as negatives, I guess I would say that it doesn't really flesh out the other girls, and Marla and Phoebe. Really, they're just kind of sidekicks. They're just kind of side characters, really. But it is understandable because Trisha is part of the love triangle and she sees the vision, so she's more important. It's a really good story, though. It's, like I said, there's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of stuff going on, and so it's a very good read. And even though it's part 8 of a series, you don't really need to know anything about the other books in the series. I sure didn't. Other than the fact that some of the characters are already dead, like in the yearbook, but is, I mean, really the only thing that ties it all is they're all part of the senior class. They're in the same school, and there's this curse where like everybody's gonna die in the senior class. So I mean, that's pretty much all you really need to know. So it's, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I was really surprised by this. I didn't think it was going to be nearly as good as it turned out to be. So this was pleasantly surprised. So if you're looking for a bit of horror in your Valentine's Day, definitely check this out. Or if you just want like a really good Fear Street book, yeah, just check this out. Yeah, definitely. And I will definitely get around to reviewing the other books in this series. Wherever you guys are, whatever your plans are, happy Valentine's Day. So I'm glad to be able to share this with you guys. And I'll see you guys next week.